Hello dear friends, and welcome to my channel Crafting with me, Indiana Jones, and welcome to the Last Thing Thrifted playlist. Me with all my friends here, who I'll discuss later, are all together sharing what we thrifted this week. So this thrift includes a story time. This week I got certified with my spontaneous volunteer management program. Yes, I'm part of that as part of United Way. But more importantly, the training was close to this place called Chan's Warehouse. Look at all these fun things. And above everything, they had crowns. Oh yes, they had crowns. But they also had these wonderful clearance bags, which I'll show you in just a moment. So this is the bag of flowers that I got at Chan's, and it was only like $2.98. These are florals I already had. The ring was also from Chan's, and I think it was like $1 or $2. It was really inexpensive. So you have to look around for their clearance stuff. Now this styrofoam is from some kind of packaging. I keep all my styrofoam. It's better to reuse it than throw it away. So here I decided I wanted to create a harvest moon with those beautiful orange florals. So Chan's Warehouse apparently is near the warehouse district. Of course, that makes sense. And they're suppliers of like silk flowers and everything you need for decor and design. What I wasn't told is that there's a Christmas section at Chan's. It's in a complete different building. So I'm going to have to go back to Chan's and visit their Christmas section. Now, after I secured the styrofoam with tape, I'm going to cover it with that coconut stuff. Coconut? Is it coconut? Yeah, it's coconut. Like the outer part of the coconut. And the shavings, they have this at the Dollar Tree, and you're supposed to use it for certain plants. Like I understand like orchids thrive very well with these coconut things. But you know what else thrives very well? Me creating stuff with this coconut stuff, because it's so inexpensive. If you go to Home Depot, it's very, very expensive. So here I am covering my whole moon. I'm covering my moon with my coconut. And, and then I'm going to start with my florals. Luckily, I keep everything from the year before. So here I'm just pulling off all of these wonderful autumn leaves. I know it's July. Or it's June actually still. We're not even in July yet, and I'm already thinking of autumn. Listen, I have to take this the spontaneous volunteer training because of hurricane season. Because United Way is one of the first responders in times of disasters, we have to be trained to manage the volunteers, because all of the other municipalities and everything else, they're managing everything else in an emergency. The best thing we can do to help is manage volunteers that come and resources. So any donations that come to us, we are in charge of keeping an inventory and managing it, and also reaching out to our sponsors, our corporate sponsors and partners, and also reaching out to the communities that we help to find out where the need is greatest. So that's why I had to go through that spontaneous volunteer management training. So it was interesting. It was fun. It's kind of scary, but it's kind of nice to know that United Way is at the forefront, helping to get the troops ready to go and working out there. So that's one of the reasons I hate summer, because summer is peak hurricane season and I'm always freaked out about it. So enough about that in my story time for the week. Here aren't these, let me tell you about these roses. So I think originally each rose would probably cost anywhere between $7 and $8. They feel real. They feel absolutely real. It's like, I don't know if it's velvety or they have some kind of rubber. It just feels like real petals. It's amazing. They're absolutely beautiful, but none of them had stems. And I thought, this is absolutely perfect for a spring, going into summer, going into fall kind of wreath. And I absolutely love all of these autumny colors. I love these beigey white leaves, these maple leaves. I think they are such a nice contrast. And those little white pumpkins. I think all of this works together with this wreath. I hope you like it, because I really enjoyed doing this. And I have to be honest with you, I didn't start crafting for this video until like 7 o'clock at night on Friday night, because I was that busy. I've had a lot of events during the week, and I haven't been home. It's been crazy. And also say a little prayer for Manny. Now he's sick, So say a little prayer for my brother Manny, but he's doing fine. He's okay. So now there's one thing missing from this beautiful wreath. And I was thinking to myself, oh, I wish I had a silhouette of a black cat. But no, instead I have an actual black cat who brings her magic to all of my crafting. And when she says, Mama, it's time to stop and just, adore me and pet me, this is that moment. So this is time for us to say goodbye to my beautiful autumny summer wreath and to beautiful Kuru. And I'll show you how it looks at the final reveal. But say hi, Kuru. The beautiful Kuru takes center stage yet again while I try to, salvage this little birdhouse. So I found this birdhouse in the garbage and I didn't like the red paint. And look at how lovely somebody painted this. So I'm sorry if you did this. I am so sorry, but it's lovely and I'm sure you did a beautiful job and it was probably a lovely gift for someone, but I'm going to fix it up for me. And Guru told me to do this, okay? So blame the cat. If anybody, blame the cat. She was like, oh, I don't like that. No, she wanted me to paint it gray. I'll be honest with you. I painted it gray because I had the sense to paint it gray because I thought maybe that'll help cover it up, but I didn't like the gray. So enjoy the gray while it lasts because it's going to bye-bye. So if you know me, you know that I always tend to lean towards green. I don't know why, but I do. But in this case, I didn't know what the heck I was doing, people. I woke up this morning, the morning of this video, at like 7 in the morning to come up with other ideas because I wanted to do something more than just the wreath. And I had this in my stash for years that I picked it up. And I said, you know what? Let me just get it done. Get her done. Remember that? Get her done. Anyway, so I'm getting it done. And I'm just like, I have no idea where this is going. It's early in the morning. Haven't had my coffee maker broke. Oh, so I'm just gonna power through this crafting. Let's power through this crafting. I did eventually take a noon break, had my lunch, and I'm now doing the voiceover. So I had this tile. This is from the Dollar Tree. These faux copper tiles are from the Dollar Tree. Had it in my stash. Said it's time to use everything I can use that it's in my stash. I'm really trying not to buy new stuff unless I find it super cheap like I did with those flowers. And here I am just going to affix that beautiful design that's right there in the middle to the top of my house because I really wanted it to look like a rustic kind of copper top. And I thought this was absolutely perfect. So I'm just bending it over the side so it'd be nice and covered. So all of those edges have that nice, so it looks, and it really does look like copper metallic. Then I had this trim, didn't like that it was silver, and decided to paint it in copper as well. And I just love the way it looks in this copper color. Again, all the paints you see today are from Plaid and the Plaid family of products. So this is more than likely folk art. I have a lot of folk art paints, but they also do apple barrel. But I don't know why I have a lot of folk art paints. Anyway, so here I'm just painting this metal trim in copper. And then I'm going to add a bit of patina, that teal green patina, which is going to look so lovely against that green background. And then I found more little items that I had in my stash that were metal. And I thought I should go ahead and patina those as well and add them to the front of my little birdhouse here. So there's my little box of doodads and whatnots and knickknacks and what have yous and all those things, whatchamacallits. And I'm going to paint all of those little items in copper so it'll match with my trim. And I think it came out really nice. I was really surprised that the paint really stuck well to these items because these are metal items, but because I'm doing a very like a dry brush technique, I'm not actually using a lot of paint because it already has bronze underneath. It really doesn't need a lot of paint. It's just that little touch of copper. And again, I'm going to add that green patina and it looks so nice when it's all done. Using the same dry brush technique, I'm going to add some of that aqua green patina to the top of this copper topped birdhouse, and it's already looking So much nicer. So very, very nice. Now, let's put everything all together. Now I'm going to add that metal trim that I painted at the bottom. Look at that. Oh my goodness. It looks so nice already. And I've had this in my stash forever and ever and ever and ever. I don't know if this was from Dollar Tree. I have this suspicion that this is from Dollar Tree, but way back before it became like $1.25. I've been cleaning things up again and finding new stuff. So, whenever I need something, I just got to clean my craft room, which I'm sure you do too. You've put things away in boxes and you can't see them, and all of a sudden you open a box and you're like, that's where it is. That's me every day. It's magical. I have the magical craft room that just produces items that I forgot I had. So before I go shopping, I go to my craft room. So now look at this wonder. Again, I have no idea where I got this from. I am assuming I got this from like a garage sale or something, because look at that. That is absolutely beautiful. I love it so much. I think I have a second one, so if that's the case, I would love to have a purse with that kind of like lock or something. Now I'm going to add all of these filigrees. Again, I think I bought these all at a garage sale, except for the trim and except for the birdhouse and the topper. The birdhouse was from the garbage, the bottom trim again from Dollar Tree, I believe, and these filigrees, I think there was like a whole bag of them at a garage sale. So here I'm just bending them into shape, and you can see how I added a little bit of the patina to these filigrees. I think they're called filigrees. They look like filigrees. Here I'm just bending it so it matches, it just fits in there. And then I had that big space in the middle, and of course I found these cute little keys. Look at how cute. I was gonna hang it there from the little thing, but I thought it was better glued. Now I'm considering whether I should add trim to the top. You gotta wait and see if it's in the reveal. It's now 1 o'clock on the same Saturday that I have to post this video, and I decide to create another thrift flip. Why not? I have all the time in the world, don't I? Anyway, I salvaged this ugly little table from the garbage at my office. It had been around for like since the 70s, literally. So it actually says like 1973 in some bank or something. So more than likely it was donated to United Way from some bank. So I was like, I can't make it any worse than it is because it's pretty bad. I'll let you guys be the judge of that. But anyway, I decided to take it outside. I tried to sand it down. Apparently somebody was trying to fix some holes in it, and I just gave up on sanding and decided, let's just paint it black. I did. I just spray painted it black. Don't know if I did it right or wrong or what. Then afterwards, I took it inside and I said, now how can I make this pretty? I don't know, but let's see what I can do. So hey, we all like those Harlequin designs, and I had this big, not a stamp, stencil, and I thought, oh, I'll put it in gold, the black and the gold, that'll look really nice. I didn't notice that this gold metallic paint from Folk Art has a little sparkle to it, so it's a little glittery, which is fine. I'm fine with it, whatever. So here I am just using the Harlequin stencil. I didn't do a very good job. I don't care, because I think most of the stencil will be covered up. Because this, I don't know the way they made this table, but it had like this junction in the middle. I figured I had to cover that up with something. I was thinking maybe I should have used paper, but and then, decoupage, and then I said, oh, transfers. I have plenty of transfers. So I found this old transfer that I've had, again, for years from IOD, and decided to make a mishmash of the flowers, and I think I made more of a mess than a mishmash. But, who cares? At least the little table's not in the garbage. It's not going to end up in the garbage, at least for a little bit. I'll keep it for a while. And if I don't like it, what'll I do? I'll scrape everything off and start all over again. Worst case scenario. It was a good table in that it was made of wood. So it was good, solid little table. However, it was just the paint was bad. The staining was bad. Everything else. And it was old. It was just too old. So here I am doing the transfers. I don't know. I think I invented something new called transfer rage. I don't know, because I was getting really angry because I was hurrying up. I needed to hurry up. And, you got to enjoy what you do. And if you don't, whatever, just have fun. And I was having fun because I said, I wanted to put at least one more little project in my video. I only had 2, and I always like to have 3. It's a thing. It's a thing I have. Maybe you guys have the same thing. But anyway, so here I added the transfers, and I cut them up, and I don't know if I massacred them, but I think it looks so much nicer than it did before. And then I took it outside and I shellacked it with like clear gloss just to give it a nice glossy shine, and I think it worked out pretty well. And I did paint the rest of the table black, and I also put the gloss. I would like to go back and give some more little gold touches if I get a chance in the future. Maybe I will, and if not, it is what it is. And there you have it. So here's a final reveal of everything I made today. Thanks again to my dear sweet friends for inviting me to this Last Thing Thrifted open collaboration hosted by Jody at Southern Seasons, Dawn of Shabby Meats Bling, Marika of Up All Night DIY, yours truly, Shelly of Repurposed My Way, Marika of Marika Creations, and Zana of OK at Home DIY. Please visit their channels and all of those who participated in the Last Thing Thrifted playlist in my description down below. And thanks to you for stopping by, and if you enjoyed this, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, stay safe, be kind, God bless each and every one of you, and remember to live the adventure, and I'll see you very soon.